employers in this country don't see the financial benefit from hiring overseas anymore, because, you know, on top of the 41,700 that you're paying, you also have the immigration skills charge, which the employer has to pay.
What's the 40? What was that? 40.
So £41,700 is the minimum salary that you have to earn.
You have to pay someone on a skilled work visa £41,000,
or their going rates for their particular job,
which you then have to justify,
depending which is higher,
whichever's higher. Okay, and that so that's made it less price competitive to recruit in. So what are employers doing?
Well, the aim of the government effectively is to train those in the UK to fill these gaps in the workforce.
But for businesses now who can't afford to pay £41,000 a year, where are they going for their skills?
They're not. The jobs are sitting vacant. Is my view, or they're hiring at a lower level.
Could they be outsourcing them to other countries where it's cheaper?
Potentially, yes. So you could be sort of doing a contract basis. So if a company has hired all these skilled people, they're paying above and beyond to get those in for a short period of time, rather than committing to 5 years of paying that, and all the visa fees that go alongside it. So there's different ways that it benefits them and doesn't benefit them. But ultimately, they're probably outsourcing to the likes of India, China.
So when people who criticise immigration say something like immigrants are taking our jobs, now they're not taking our jobs because no one can afford to employ them here, but instead they're not even immigrants, they're just taking our jobs from afar.
Effectively, yes.
Yeah.
Immigration is not the problem, it's the solution.
Yeah. So until, of course, the government looks to upskill the current workforce.
Yeah.
The current workforce or those not in the workforce?
I think the idea is that the mixture of both. So there is about 1.4 million people, I believe, who are currently on job seekers allowance in the UK. So the idea is to train those up to do what the government calls low skilled or medium skilled jobs. So they were the ones at RQF level 3 and below, to fill those gaps, which then frees up more money for companies to basically help bring in the skilled workers at RQF level 6. The ultimate goal is to obviously get more people through degrees, to go to university, and society as a whole is definitely shifting towards that. So ultimately, that is the goal that we're getting here, is to basically keep it within the country rather than going outside of the country to bring people in to do our jobs.
We don't see many headlines in the tabloids about upskilling the workforce or courses that are available for people on job seekers allowance, do we?
No.
I mean, what do you think about the tabloids and how they portray immigration as a whole in this country?
The tabloids focus on one part of the immigration system, and it tends to be negative. They don't see the positive that it brings. They don't see the level of taxes that immigrants pay. They don't see the contribution to the NHS that they have to pay. They don't look at it as a whole. They just focus on one thing that is pandering towards, the far right at the moment.
What's the one thing you'd say they focus on then?
They look at the small boats. That's the main thing. Everyone who comes over on a small boat is immigrations as a whole and immigrants as a whole. They're all put into one sort of box, when actually there is multiple different boxes that they all fit into.
I think sometimes it's the apple that spoilt the cart, and I mean, you may have a boat of 80 people that come over. If there's one that's bad, then all of a sudden people are quick to jump to the whole boat was bad.
Exactly. And if you look at the amount of people that come over on small boats, only 48% of them have been granted asylum in this country. 52% are refused.
And what happens to them?
They're then deported.
Okay.
After they've exhausted their appeals and gone through the immigration sort of appeal system and the legal framework that's there to protect them.
One of the luxuries that we've always had in England in particular is that we've had the English Channel, so we've had this like natural wall. So boats are obviously a way of coming over, an easy way. Do you think that there should be more pressure on the French government, for example? Because they're obviously coming in through France.
So